Hi, thanks for joining. Today, I'm unboxing the Behringer Wing Rack. Let's begin. Based on what I've read, this is considered one of the most fascinating consoles, both for its compact size and its affordable price. So let's go ahead and take it out. I believe it comes packaged in another box within the main box, but let's find out. And take a look inside the box, we can already notice an intriguing detail. It says, there is a musician in every human being. Our aim is to empower those who lack the opportunity and ability. Together we form a musical tribe. Oh wow, those are truly inspiring words. But let's focus on what we're interested in. Let's see. It comes well protected, and the box is quite large. However, the console itself isn't very big, as its name suggests. It is a rack-mountable edition. So take a look. I have the console right here. Before we directly examine the console, let's explore what else is included in the box. Here, we will find the quick start guide, which is available in both English and Chinese. However, it is important to note that it is not available in Spanish. And right over here, we have its power cable. It appears to me that this is everything, but let me just double check to make sure. Yes, indeed, that's all it contains, and it seems we didn't require much more than that. So let's go ahead and connect it, and I'll take a moment to demonstrate a little bit of its interface and what we can more or less accomplish with it. As you can see in the back, we have 8 outputs that can be fully customized to our preferences. Additionally, there are 24 physical inputs, and through other ports we can connect expansion units to add more inputs, as the console supports a larger number of inputs. However, physically speaking, here on the backside, we actually have a total of 24 connectors available for us to utilize. And well, down here at the bottom, we still have all these expansion ports. Some of these are much more professional, while others are digital. So it will really vary depending on the entire setup that you have on your set. Additionally, over here, we still have other direct outputs like those for monitors and groups. One interesting aspect is that this device also features a connector, allowing us to insert SD cards. This capability is particularly useful because it enables us to manage a library within the software, providing the convenience of loading content swiftly and efficiently. Music and such from the console without needing external devices. If your song library is there, you can use it. Here, there's a network connection or USB to connect to a computer for control from an entirely distinct and separate interface. In this case, it's not entirely necessary to connect this console to the network for a tablet, as it includes a large screen. It's much bigger than I imagined or saw in other videos. I was surprised by its size, and as you can see, it has several buttons for quick navigation through the interface elements. In fact, right in the configuration, we can change, for instance, the intensity of these buttons. Notice we can touch, and there's a knob here to adjust it. Just as a basic demonstration, see how the button's brightness dims. If you prefer everything dark, you can set it that way. We can also adjust the screen's brightness. If you want to achieve the best possible visualization, or perhaps you're in a dimly lit area and wish to minimize reflections, well, in that case, you can also manage it effectively. And as I mentioned earlier, most of these functionalities can be fully controlled through this touch interface. For instance, right now we're viewing channels 1 to 8, but we have the ability to browse through the remaining channels as well. Clearly, within the details of each channel, we will have a comprehensive summary view of all applicable options. For instance, right here you have gain controls along with basic equalization and filters, and here your direct controls. At the bottom, there's additional information visible, which we can often manipulate using both tactile and physical controls, while in some cases it's exclusively through physical buttons. Once you've chosen, for example, the parameter you wish to adjust, you can proceed with the modifications. It's quite interesting. We actually have here what we could call hybrid controls. We also have this entirely physical meter right here, and of course every channel is customizable. You can assign icons, and you'll notice there are various categories available, so you can fully tailor it to match your preferences. Naturally, you can assign a name. Here you have access to a full keyboard, and even there are labels here that you can attach as needed. Take note over here, you will find a few more specialized channel settings. For example, you can turn on the phantom power, which is quite useful. Then over here again, there are some additional filters available. Furthermore, over here, you can apply a variety of different effects as well. To begin with, by default, there is the gate effect. However, you can also switch to some other effects if you prefer. For instance, you can even apply a dynamic equalizer right here directly, Alternatively, you can switch to some other effects, such as in this particular case, the de-esser. And take note that it also includes these controls, which I emphasize you can touch to adjust them using the knob, because here on the touch screen you can manipulate them directly, but I believe it's straightforward. You just touch, turn, and you're done. Additionally, over here it features some other buttons that you can fully activate according to your preference. In fact, right here you can also switch on and off several other options related to these basic effects, let's say as an input. However, it also includes an extensive library of effects that can be applied either as an insert or in a broader manner to the channels as you set them up. See, it's important to note that there's a diverse range of effects available, ranging from various reverb effects to others, such as chorus, flanger, and delay. In fact, there are quite a number of effects available in that regard. It's a very comprehensive console. It even includes some amplifiers, but what's interesting is that you can load external ones as well. Although I must admit that it's still not entirely clear to me how exactly you would go about loading them. It's interesting that you can download other virtual effects and apply them inside the console. As you can see, it comes quite complete with all the available effects. Let's go back to the channel configuration we were reviewing, because you can also access the equalizer here. It will have various application methods, and if the touchscreen responds, as you see, the knob doesn't do anything in this case. Obviously, it's much easier to use it this way. Let me see if you can change the amplitude here. It looks like it's not able to change the amplitude this way, but if you select the Q here, if you could go around changing that aspect. And well, in addition to all these points that we have available to equalize, here you could apply the bass cut or treble cut. And this other option that I've honestly never seen before. I've actually used much simpler consoles, but this one elevates to a very professional level. That's what makes it interesting. This console in a compact format provides the full capacity of the original Behringer Wing, which is a professional console. It is therefore quite interesting to have access to all these kinds of options. Additionally, you will find here the compressor, which once again allows us to choose from different types of compressors, not just the native Wing compressor, but there are many others available for you to use. Once more, you have the option to set all these parameters both in this manner and by tapping at the bottom to fine-tune them a bit more precisely using the knob here. After that, we have the effects inserts available for selection, and over here you'll find the outputs. Lastly, in the following view, you will be able to see a comprehensive summary of all the meters, observing how the entire mix is functioning, along with all the routing options that you can choose from over here. Take note that you are able to select both the inputs and of course the outputs, as well as all the channel configurations. Furthermore, in the general settings of the console, besides the small details I have already shown you, we will also have the ability to configure how the audio behaves specifically. Additionally, we can adjust more settings related to this button surface. Notice that here we can also gain access to certain physical controls. For instance, we click right here and now we have access to 4 of the initial channels. We can proceed by changing pages in this section, and you'll notice that it's displaying the subsequent pages, allowing us to view all the channels available there. If you wish to configure quickly, for example, the main fader of the first channel, the second channel, or others, we can delve into each of the channels individually in case you prefer to manage everything using knob. Additionally, the same situation will occur for the bus outputs. As you can observe from this point, you have the ability to physically mute each of these channels, or alternatively, assign the solo profile for monitoring purposes. Interestingly, you also have the option to access a customization feature. These buttons, so besides having the ability to control the inputs, the outputs to buses and more, you also have the option to press this button directly to configure everything here. For instance, the knobs, if you want them to work directly for something specific, you can set it up like that, and each small button too. It offers great customization to use knobs and buttons as shortcuts. As you see, it also has USB for connecting audio sources. Click here and you'll see USB options appear. As some others, you will be able to configure your mix directly from this point. If you press the library button here, you will gain access to the information of external devices. This way, you can configure the shows, add files, and send them to play without needing to, directly from a computer, although you can connect one without issues. Note that the top provides shortcuts like going to USB or cards to explore contents, to the USB or to the cards in order to explore and examine their contents thoroughly. Here you'll find the summary of all channels to quickly see the gate, equalizer, compressor behavior, and more. You can access each channel's faders to adjust sense and visualize each bus. You can switch between buses and configure views. For example, in this view, I have the ability to create a new one and then put configure. Here, I can start adding the channels that I want, maybe just channels 1, 2, 3, 7, and 8. We can add them directly here. In fact, I have the option to change the order depending on the configuration that I want to have. Here, we can click to add a name. For example, I will put custom or perhaps personal just so it doesn't take too long. Here, I have created that view. As you can see, you have the ability to create fully customizable views. This means that you aren't limited to just the general channels. You can add a variety of different channels. For instance, you can include the bus output along with any other types of channels you might need. The entire view is designed to be highly customizable. In reality, this means you have an abundance of options available to you. You can configure the console in a way that truly suits your personal preferences and requirements. And well, if you are already familiar with this console, then you surely know that it features this section that you can, let's say, detach from the screen. This allows you to maintain visualization and control of everything even when it's in the rack. Honestly, I found this to be, it's a really good idea so that you can configure everything without any hassle while it's still mounted in the rack. This console is extremely complete with lots of features and configurations. This was just an unboxing and a brief overview of some of its features. Please let me know in the comments if you would like me to create a video for you at a later time. For a momento, stero palteles David. Kyo kinjedol da na lo uzok tele. You will see that next.